We all know that Frieza is a tyrant, disgusting, and arguably the most selfish being in the universe, and maybe every universe that exists. But honestly, he's still my favorite character in all of Dragon Ball. You gotta make a villain that is hated, so they had to make Frieza the way he is. But what happens when we start from the beginning? Before Goku, before the adventures of Dragon Ball, what would happen if we follow Frieza, but this time he isn't a full-on tyrant? He isn't as selfish, and he isn't the villain that we all know. This is what if Frieza treated the Saiyans with respect. It might seem outlandish, but that's the whole point of a what if. Frieza and his father King Cold one day approach the Saiyans, a brutish and frankly a one-mindset alien race. All they want to do is fight and conquer. Frieza and his father offer their guidance, support, and even more technology as long as they work under him. King Vegeta kneels and decides to say that they can negotiate with him, the king of all the Saiyans. Frieza obliges and they agree on many terms. Saiyans are allowed to conquer and even take portions of profits on planets they are sent to, but Frieza also wants them as loyal subjects. They talk of new technology, and King Vegeta speaks on the fact that the Saiyans get stronger when healed from substantial injury, and Frieza, hearing this, also offers proper training chambers, and even training with himself and King Cold. King Cold would hear this and be shocked, but King Vegeta would agree, but a reply that they only fight, they don't train past adulthood. But Frieza insists that even King Vegeta should train, because there are beings out there even stronger than both of them. Majin Buu and Lord Beerus, all beings that could change the way of life of the Saiyans and the Frieza Force. The meeting would end and the long period of progress would begin. During this time, King Cold would warn Frieza of a possible rebellion and that the legendary Super Saiyan could contest their rule. Frieza would tell him not to worry, because with the progress of the Saiyans, he progresses even more. He speaks on the fact that a real ruler, a true emperor, leads by example, explaining that during this time, he has been training with the Saiyans, from the elite to the lower class, and his power has grown substantially. His father hasn't been doing the same, but Frieza tells him that he must, because he even admitted that he fears the potential return of Majin Buu, and he knows that Beerus is even further beyond him. It seems as if an understanding is made, but eventually Beerus would speak with Frieza, demanding that he destroy the Saiyans, and Frieza now knows that it's only a matter of time. He agrees to doing this, but he chooses not to, and decides that he would train, grow, and even push his underlings even further, for however long they have before Beerus decides to come and destroy them all himself. Frieza would train with and assist in training some of the most talented warriors, from Vegeta, the son of King Vegeta, a lower class warrior's son, Kakarot, and even another young warrior by the name of Broly, a child born with the power level of 10,000. Of course he trains with the adults as well, from King Vegeta to even Bardock, but it's obvious the younger generation is truly the future of the Frieza Force. Time would go on and Frieza would come across one of, if not the most profitable planet they've had. But soon when he arrives on the planet, he commands everyone to stop and treat the locals with respect. This planet is called Namek, a place with orbs known as Dragon Balls, something that Frieza feels can seriously help them in their future endeavors. Dragon Balls grant 3 wishes, or at least that's what Frieza learns, and he decides that he will protect and help the Namekians in hopes of getting wishes sooner rather than later. Frieza continues his cultivation of his empire, continuing to get stronger, and even pushes beyond his original powers, gaining a form that is truly golden. This power is based on forms that his Saiyan underlings seemingly begin to awaken under the harsh but productive training under Frieza. Their technology continues to advance, and the gravity training becomes a normal thing in day-to-day training of the Saiyans. With profits and intelligence of many alien races, the Frieza Force truly becomes the overseers of the entire universe. But do not get any of these things twisted. Frieza is an emperor, and his father is as well. They seek out power, influence, and wealth for their own gain, truly leading them to their first of two major encounters. Frieza faces the likes of Babidi and Majin Buu, the two of them floating in space in front of him. Frieza taps his scouter and it continues to climb, but then it breaks. Frieza remarks that his power does the same thing, and it seems that technology has truly fallen behind. As he says this, a dome would surround that large area out in space, making some sort of atmosphere. Frieza would then call his three most powerful and promising warriors, Vegeta, Kakarot, and Broly. The three of them would fly into the artificial atmosphere and would begin to fight Majin Buu in their Super Saiyan forms. Babidi would soon realize that the power of these Saiyans is much more than what they thought, and much more than what they're revealing. Broly's power being the strongest of them all, feeling infinite. Majin Buu would get frustrated, pissed, and even splitting and eventually turning into Super Buu. But even that wouldn't be enough. The Saiyans would defeat Buu and kill Babidi, and Frieza would reward them heavily, even making them his three commanders and a three-person council for the affairs of the Saiyans themselves. Frieza feared no rebellion, feared no turn, because the Saiyans are rulers of this universe similar to himself. The goal was set from the very, very beginning. The Saiyans would inherit the universe, but Frieza would seek out the power of destruction. Years, maybe decades would pass, and finally the embodiment of destruction would awaken. Once again. Frieza could feel it deep in his soul. Beerus is awake. Frieza would tell his commanders, tell Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, and also his father, that Beerus will be here sooner rather than later. He commands that they all take groups to different planets, scatter across the universe, and continue their empire. But beyond command, just in case, Frieza would wait, and wait. A blinding amount of ki and light would come. Beerus would stand in front of him with his attendant Whis. Whis would tell Lord Beerus that it seems as if Frieza has been waiting for him. Beerus would ask Frieza what he wanted out of this meeting. Well, other than destruction. Frieza would respond, telling Beerus he wanted the title of God of Destruction. Beerus would laugh at Frieza and tell him that it seems he truly wishes death. Whis tells Beerus that this challenge should be treated properly, so they leave to the world of the Supreme Kais, separating Beerus from his connection with the Supreme Kai, and Frieza would wait on Beerus's planet. Eventually, Frieza and Beerus would face off on the planet of the God of Destruction. Frieza would begin powering up from the shining gold similar to a Super Saiyan, but then the light of that gold would turn to darkness. Black Frieza, a power he hasn't shown to many, but only the people most trusted in his empire has ever seen. You can feel the power all across the universe, from Earth that is overrun with demons, to Namek full of thriving Namekians, and even on every planet the Saiyans inhabit. Frieza is not the warrior Beerus once knew. He is not the little bug he once was. One sleep is all it took for Frieza to eclipse even the god of destruction. Frieza would stare at the dust beneath his feet. Lord Beerus has been vanquished. Decades of training, growing, learning. Frieza wasn't just powerful, he was knowledgeable, knowing techniques all around the universe. Frieza would stand in front of Whis, and Whis would respond, asking Lord Frieza what they should do next. A smirk would grow on Frieza's face, and he would say that he wants to do exactly what he's been doing for decades, ruling over his universe. Now, with a quick trip to the world of the Supreme Kai, the connection, the tether is made with the Supreme Kai, and Frieza tells him not to do something stupid and go dying on him. He looks at Whis and tells him to take him back to his ship, that he has an announcement for his entire empire. They fly over to Frieza's ship, and there he was talking to his entire empire. He would tell them all that Lord Beerus is no longer the god of destruction, no longer the overseer of this universe. The god of destruction of the universe they live, eat, sleep, and breathe in is the universe overrun and overseen by Frieza. He announces that he is the god of destruction and that everything has now been fulfilled. Cheering can be heard all throughout the speakers on the ship, and Frieza stands there next to Whis as Whis asks what they should do next. Frieza would look at him and nod, as Frieza knows that everything he wanted to do has now been fulfilled, and a new path of being the true emperor of this universe has now begun. But with that said, that is what if Frieza treated the Saiyans with respect. The path to power didn't seem that far away if Frieza just used his brain. The potential that he has with training, and if you add other beings in the universe that are extremely powerful that he trains with on a daily basis, Frieza's power would skyrocket. And if we're talking about having an actual trusted relationship with the Saiyans, a race of powerful warriors that grow not as fast as him, but grow in power, well, the domination of an entire universe would be at his fingertips. Now, with that said, if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a sub, stick around, enjoy the videos from your boy, the Golden Emperor. And if you think you could have added something to the story, added something that I missed, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. And if you also want to see something else in the future, well, let me know that as well in the comment section below. With all that said, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.